35 years we've had a kill in this one field, me and Daddy. So hopefully this afternoon we can make it 36. One of the neatest things that I've done in a long time when it comes to hunting is started shooting an air rifle. Casey and I started using it about 3 years ago doing hog removal work, and it's legal to harvest a deer in Alabama with an air gun now if it's larger than a 30 caliber. This is a 357 caliber Benjamin Rogue, and I'm telling you, if a deer gets within 100 yards, they can just forget it. That's the awesome thing about that air rifle. The rest of the deer don't even know what's going on. It doesn't have that crack. 60 yards. Dropped her just like a big gun. Oh yeah. There comes a little buck. That makes 36 years. Oh yeah. Started testing out some different bullets this year. This one right here is a 143 grain ballistic tip that Nozzler makes. That's a 148 grain hollow point and then 158 grain hard nose. This hard nose is what we started shooting hogs with because it's got a lot of penetration power, and also the coyote that I shot at 104 yards, complete pass through with that hard nose bullet. Also, the first doe that Gunner shot, she was at 90 yards and we had a complete pass through on her as well.
But really, what was that, 82.5 yards,
Yeah.
about what we had her.
Yeah.
And I put it pretty much about right there, so it didn't really drop very much at 82 yards. Pretty much on. This air rifle was great.
Then we tried out the ballistic tip, and it did pretty good, but it's still not mushrooming well. Shot a couple of does with it, but I'm telling you, this 148 grain hollow point, unbelievable. That's what it mushroomed to on a doe that I shot right behind the shoulder. It broke one rib going in and lodged in the skin on the opposite side. It's one thing about this gun now, you've got to be precise where you put it. Furthest I've shot one's about 100 yards. I'm comfortable out to 110. I've got this gun sighted in dead on at 80. It's about 4 inches high at 40 and about 3 inches low at 100. The scope's got mil dots in it, so it's just like a long range shooter with a rifle. As long as you know what the ballistics of that gun is and you've got a good rangefinder, then it just becomes how precise a shot are you. is the oldest deer on the farm. Gary's been trying to kill him for 2 years. And he just showed up. Couldn't see him. Had a bunch of trail camera pictures of him. Just couldn't see him. It felt good. It looked good. He kicked high. Surely he didn't go but about 50 yards outside the field. And we got, he's not much. But that's awesome. That's my kind of deer. He's at least 7 years old. Knock-kneed, big-bodied, crappy rack. Awesome. Look at that thing. That is the oldest deer on the place. I can't wait. He's got to be 7 or 8 years old. That's the oldest deer. I guarantee you when we get his jaw out, that'll be the oldest deer I've ever killed. And my first buck with a pellet gun. And he's gonna weigh over 200 pounds too. Look at the big old head on that joker. Golly. Now the way we refill the gun is we just got a 3,000 pound scuba tank. Crosman sells tanks, but as much as we were using them with our hog control work, we had to have something that carried a little more volume. Quick coupler right here. Just release the valve slow. You can hear it click and it's charging up. We put about 3,000 pounds in there. Usually go over just a little bit because the pressure will stabilize down and you're good. Another neat thing about this gun is it's got a 6-round clip. So it's not a single shot like a lot of manufactured air rifles. You just load it up just like that. Just drop them in, spin the wheel. And you've got a clip loaded up and ready to roll. You can take a spare one and just put in your backpack. It's real easy. You've got the gun upright, have the bolt out. It just slides right into place. Move your bolt forward, it's ready to fire. Well, this is just another thing, the way I look at it, for your deer management toolbox. We've killed deer with bows, we've killed deer with muzzle loaders. One thing I like about this gun is if I'm harvesting antlerless deer and I don't want rifles banging and popping all over the place, you can take this, and if there's a bunch of deer in a food plot, you can shoot, and because it doesn't have that crack, now it's not completely silent, but they're not used to what it sounds like. So you shoot and the deer do not spook. You can have a deer down in the field and the rest of them don't really understand what's going on. So in the case where you can harvest multiple deer in an afternoon, you can do that without spooking up the place. So it's an excellent tool for harvesting antlerless deer on food plots when you don't want to spook the whole property.
There's a place I go, tucked back in the pines, where a green field grows, my own little paradise. I'm thankful for this land and the life that it provides. See, the measure of a man is what he leaves behind. Oh, oh, take what you need and pass it on down.
Sometimes you just got to get on old Chucky. Let him loosen up a little bit.
I am what I am. If you sit me down, I'm gonna talk like this. In trails, in pine plantations, nothing can be better.
That'd have been good if he hadn't have just bulldozed the camera.